Hello everyone, my name is Jenny Nevoso. I am the Executive Director of the Italy America Chamber of Commerce West. I am thrilled to welcome you back to IACCW's True Italian Taste events, now online. Today we're learning all about authentic Italian gelato, possibly Italy's favorite treat. Given the record high temperatures in Los Angeles, this comes at the right time. True Italian Taste is a special campaign funded by the Italian Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, led by Assocamere Estero and implemented by our chamber. Let's get your ingredients and your gelato maker ready, and let's see how to make some gelato at home, shall we?
Gabriele, we are here in the Gelato Festival Hall of Fame.
Yes.
So I would like to go over with you in a couple of curiosity and historical elements on gelato, because as often happens in Italy, everything starts in Florence. So who's the architect behind gelato here?
Yeah, here at Gelato Festival we wanted to dedicate a very important experience of the store to the history of gelato. And everything started in 5059.
5059.
Yeah, tradition attributes to Bernardo Buontalenti, which name means good talents, the invention of the first recipe of gelato, combining adding milk, cream, and egg yolk to the sorbet. And the thing is that the Medici family and the gelato, this inspiration and this combination made possible also to export it around Europe when Caterina de' Medici married the King of France, Henry II.
So, a great marketing move from the crown of Medici right there.
Yeah.
And like you said, an export assist.
Yeah, gelato was part of the thing that Caterina wanted to show to the French court as, you know, one of the great dishes and invention of Florence at the time. And in occasion of our 10th anniversary last year, that was also the 500th anniversary of the birth of Cosimo I de' Medici, goldsmith in Florence, Paolo Penco, created a replica of the Medici spoon. So this is done with an original stamp from the 16th century.
Wow.
And it has inside all the symbols of that time.
Yeah, so I can see the symbol of the Medici family right in the spoon there.
Yeah, the turtle with the seal, which is Festina Lente, which is what was the Harry Slowly, the motto of the Medici family at the time.
She was a sort of an ambassador of gelato culture around Europe, right?
Yes.
And what do we have here? 1600, we jump into the science of alchemy of ice.
Yes, everybody asks about how they made gelato and sorbet at the time. Right. And they got the snow and the ice from the mountains, but to keep it cold in the spring and summer, they put it in the ice houses.
Right.
And the thing is that in Florence, the most famous one is the one at the Boboli Garden that was created and designed by Buontalenti, that, as you said at the beginning, first then inventing gelato, he was a very famous architect at the Medici's court.
The Buontalenti Grotto. And then we have the first gelato shop, 1686, is that correct? I mean, I'm sure it's correct.
It's correct.
In Paris.
Yeah. And it was an Italian guy from Sicily, Procopio de Coltelli. He opened this first shop with a license granted from the King Louis XIV, the king's son, and it's still in operation, it's still in business.
Yeah, the Procop Cafe in Paris, is that the same?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
I like this title, Gelato Becomes Pop, 1800, what does it mean? Because it was pretty exclusive. More for noble families and very special moments. So pop means like more of a democratic experience?
Yes, that is what it is now. Gelato, I believe, is one of the universal symbol of happiness.
Right.
And it's created to bring a smile to everybody since you're a kid. And so I think that the 18th century, the boat of technology made easier to manufacture artisanal gelato at a cheaper cost, and so make it available for everybody.
Right, I like that. Well, should we go make some sorbetto and gelato now.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go try it. Come with us. Welcome everybody to a Gelato Masterclass from True Italian Taste. It's August 23rd, 2020. We are at Gelato Festival in company of Gabriele Poli,
Hello.
founder and president of Gelato Festival. Today we talk about made in Italy, not from a modern or design or fashion point of view, but from the ingredients, from the food. And in particular from food that are IGP or DOP denominations, so regulation, certification from a European point of view. Why? Because we need to have traceability of the ingredients, authenticity of the products, as well as quality of our ingredients, and most importantly, true made in Italy and not Italian sounding food type or just imitation. The DOP and the IGP in Italy count 295 products, and 80% of these products are making $5 billion of business, and in the top 10 of this $5 billion business, we have Mortadella di Bologna, we have Aceto Balsamico di Modena, number 3, and number 2 on the chart is Parmigiano Reggiano and Grana Padano, number 1. But again, why we're talking about this? Because we care about the healthy component of eating, the quality, and also, like I said, the made in Italy experience that we can have here also at Gelato Festival in West Hollywood. Now, I would like to jump straight in the conversation here and talk about the flavors we pick for our guests today, and also tell us a bit more about Gelato Festival, why you're so exceptional and what do you do differently from the average gelato maker, Gabriele?
Yeah, so first of all, let's go straight to what we're preparing today. We're going with blood orange from Sicily. It's an IGP product. Very delicious.
Delicious. I can see why it's called blood orange right here.
And we will do a gelato sorbetto with this fresh blood orange. Plus we have a made in Italy coffee, and we will have a gelato sorbetto with the fresh grind coffee from Italy. Here at Gelato Festival, 8906 Melrose Avenue, it's our flagship store, but it's coming after 11 years of traveling all over the world with our culinary competition for gelato chefs. So it's not that we are better than gelato makers or we are different, it's just that I think we are the synthesis of what the passion and the heritage of gelato chefs all over the world are able to create and develop in the gelato industry. Plus, our goal since day one in 2010 was to spread the culture of artisanal gelato to the public as a fresh, artisanal, and very healthy product. And so we are here in Los Angeles to, as the next step of what we have been doing in 10 years. We have a gelato making class where we are here now today to do fresh gelato. We have a little museum history we will see it later together, and we have some of the main and most famous flavor from the festival that are here available to sample for the general public.
You use the keyword, which is fresh. We're experiencing over 100 Fahrenheit right now. So the idea of sort of a crossover of sorbetto and gelato. From my understanding, the texture you're giving to sorbetto is very close to gelato, and that's why we're in the masterclass of gelato. And again, something refreshing, approachable, easy, simple, yet clever for this weather.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. The more the heat goes up, the more you need gelato and sorbetto. And I think that what we're doing today, that is very creamy, even if it's water-based, it's the perfect friend to fight the heat of this week.
Excellent. Let's remind something. You guys are from home and you received a package of ingredients outsourced by Gabriele, so authentic Italian products. And you're gonna follow a step-by-step sorbetto gelato making here with us. And hopefully you can have a great experience in your house, but don't stop coming out and supporting a local business as well. Now, before we start, I have a quick question actually, because there might be some misunderstanding. Gelato and ice cream.
Yeah.
Can you tell me briefly the difference on the two without, saying one is better than the other, but the experience you have might be different.
Yeah. Absolutely. There's not something better than the other one. Let's say that it's different. It's a different product. It's not just a translation of ice cream in Italian, but it's a typical Italian way to manufacture frozen dessert, right, which is typically an artisanal way to do it. So it means that hands-on is a part of the process, and of course the great technology for gelato machines and gelato equipment. We talk about a different component in fat as the main difference and in air. This means that gelato typically have a fat that is under 10%. Okay. Ice cream, it's between 15 up to 25%. And second is the air component. So when you buy a gelato,
the texture of gelato.
When you buy a gelato, you have a component of air that is 10-15%, not more than that, because it's the overrun that gets right in the process of the batch freezer. Ice cream is 50%. Okay. So half of what you're seeing, the volume, is just air. This means that gelato is normally maintained at a higher temperature, which makes you feel the creamiest in the mouth, in the palate, when you're eating it.
Let's go on the tasting part. Actually, let's go on the making part and then reach the taste. So, are we going to start with blood orange or coffee? What do you want to do?
I will go with blood orange first.
Excellent. So, coffee later. We're going to start with the blood orange.
Yep. Blood orange. So it's very simple. It's very easy. When you think about gelato, think about the most simpler ingredients and natural ingredients, and you're already 50% in the process. So we have fresh blood orange juice from Sicily. We have water, a filtered water. We have two kinds of sugars, which is saccharose and dextrose, that helps in the freezing process of the gelato sorbetto.
Because we have sugar also in the fruit, on its own.
Mostly the sugar that is in the sorbetto we make, it comes directly from the fruit. We just add a little bit to balance the recipe.
Right.
And what I want to say is that what I always recommend is that we need sugar, we need carbohydrates, we need proteins, we need everything in our diet. It's just about having a health lifestyle, do workout, have some sports, some fun, and eat the right products fresh. So
as usual, it's a combination of right habits that contribute for a better life.
Absolutely.
So healthy food, but also healthy lifestyle. Let's keep it as a goal, okay? So we can keep up with our food addiction at least.
Yeah, and gelato is a treat, is indulgent, but it's also very healthy.
Yeah. And before we go, I want to just remind something. A London study promoted now that the endorphin and the system in your brain stimulated by eating gelato are the same if you're listening to your favorite music or if you win to the lottery. So that's pretty good. If you experience gelato a few times per month,
I thought like if you're having sex.
Exactly. That's even better. All right. Look at this IGP Sicilian. I mean, definitely the ingredients make the best result. So a healthy ingredient like this one, Sicilian IGP blood orange, makes for sure a great gelato. The stage is yours, please.
Yeah. So we squeeze the orange to get a juice. We will put in this recipe, we're using a small batch freezer, which is the freeze and go. It's, let's say, the entry level of professional people, chefs, but it can be also a very nice equipment to have at home if you're really a gelato lover. We will do a recipe for 500 grams of gelato, and the 300 will be just the fresh juice. We will have 90 grams of water, 90 grams of saccharose.
This is exactly the quantity of water you need.
Yeah,
right? That's
absolutely.
about 90 grams.
That's it. So, and 15 of dextrose. So technically is a frozen juice. This is what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Nothing more than that.
All right, now let's go straight in action. We actually pre-juice our Sicilian blood oranges to simplify with the timing of our operation. So Gabriele has a wonderful glass. I'm really tempted to put some ice cube and drink it as it is, but Now Gabriele is going to show you step by step what you will do home actually, or what you already did home to enjoy your own gelato and sorbetto.
Yeah, so we start with our saccharose here. You weigh it.
How many grams of saccharose?
Well, for this recipe here, we go with 90 grams.
And that's ideally for 2 people,
Yeah.
smallest quantity.
Yeah, let's say 3 people is fine.
Generous too, yeah, Italian portion.
3 people is fine. Then we go with the dextrose, and we put here 15 grams.
Okay.
Here we go. And then we just go with our water that we already weighted and our fresh orange juice.
Room temperature, right?
Yeah,
The
room
water.
temperature, absolutely. Here we go, 1 and 2.
So very simple actually. Some of the
Super
best
simple.
things in life
Yeah.
come from simplicity. The quality of the ingredients will make a big difference.
Absolutely. And then here we go, ready to mix it before going in the batch freezer.
What is the difference briefly between the machine that our friends are using home and the one you're using right here?
Well, I believe that most of the people have it
Yeah.
at home. Of course, when we go to a batch freezer, and so, you know, it's a kind of technology that mainly is for professional people. We have a very let's say the entry level here. We have the one that we use at Gelato Festival and professional gelato chef use, are normally a big batch freezer that, you know, are able to produce big quantities in short term for the need of a shop or wholesale.
But as far as taste, is the same taste?
Yeah, let's say for simple recipes like this, you can achieve a very good result at home with your own equipment.
Taste and texture, we're still having a great product.
For
at home.
simple recipes like this, yes.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
That's comforting actually. All right, so this is what we're gonna taste now. Look at this. Sebastiano, come here 1 second, please. I wanna show how happy I'm gonna be very shortly, okay? Look at this. Now, Gabriele, some people like cone, some people like the cup. Let's try in both
We have
ways,
both,
okay?
yeah.
Actually, let me ask you this about cone. Who was the inventor of the cone?
So this is, I think, the thing that connects Italy and US in the history of gelato, because it's an Italian guy, Italo Marchionni, that in 1903 in New York invented the first cone in the history. And thanks to this guy, gelato from a dessert to be served like table service started to become a street food treat. And so
I can see that.
that's cool. We highlight it in the history of gelato, of course.
All right, I'll take a small one, okay?
Okay, cool. Here you go.
I mean, look, this is the starting point basically. We just water and some sugar, and this is the sorbetto. And
Look how pretty it is.
it is a small artwork.
Let's see if Gian Mario likes it.
I'm not sure. I gotta taste it, okay? But Gabriele, try the cup when I try this one. So you're my partner in food crime for our Gelato Sorbetto Masterclass here. Love the consistency. Very thick and creamy sorbet, actually. I was expecting something more. Oh, right. Well, can we say chin chin? I don't know. It's not wine, but it will work. Oh, this is perfect for today. I'm gonna walk home with this.
Nice. Now we will make the coffee that we will use for the sorbetto gelato. We will put 300 grams of coffee in our 500 grams of sorbetto gelato. So we will use here a professional grinder, but you can do it at home with your own machine. And we will extract it. Here we go. Simple, easy, and delicious.
All right, second flavor, sorbetto al caffè made in Italy. Sorbetto gelato al caffè made in Italy. So here we have the stages of the coffee bean, grounded coffee, and our 10 shots of espresso.
Yes, 10 shots.
All right, what's next?
So we start with sugars. Let's start with the saccharose here. We will keep the same of the blood orange. So we go with 90. Here we go. And then we go with the dextrose. Same quantity of the blood orange, so we just go with 15.
And from my understanding, despite the quantity of sugar, gelato is still 4 times less fattening than ice cream.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, so ice cream for American regulation cannot be below 10% of fat.
Right.
Gelato, there's not a rule in Italy, but it's never more than 10.
Okay.
When we talk about sorbet, we're probably around 5-6% of fat.
That's pretty good. All right, now on espresso,
Yeah.
water.
Go with water. Here we go. Let's double check.
Room temperature water, as usual.
It's good, yeah. And then we go with our delicious coffee. Tell me if it's like being in Italy.
I already had a double shot of that actually. Right before. Excellent. And that's it.
Here we go. So we're ready to go in the machine. Let's mix it before, so the sugar, the water, the coffee will all be mixed together. And here we go.
I want to ask you something about the flavors actually. Cafe, orange, so fruit and so forth. Like what will be actually a sort of a new trend for gelato? From my understanding, low cholesterol, sugar-free, straight fruit, high in probiotic. What will be the next trendy flavor, or for you guys, what are you launching?
Yeah, you know, what I think is that when you talk about gelato, sorbetto, you're talking about a treat that when people are looking for something like that, they really want to, you know, indulgent a little bit. And but at the same time, especially here in California, being sure that it's something healthy. And it's good. So we work on very classic flavoring. We have 4 lines of gelato actually available here at Gelato Festival. There is one that is a big hit. Everybody's loving it. It's a vegan with oat milk.
Okay.
So I believe that we started working with oat milk since day one. And it's a big trend. People love it. It is able to have the creaminess and the richness of a dairy product, but it's for vegan. You know, it's an alternative milk. We do a lot of sorbet, fresh fruit or the coffee one, or for example the dark chocolate. People like it a lot. And then we have
sorbet. Like, it looks kind of like an invitation here.
Yeah, and then we have a classic dairy. Here we look more at the American palates, and we try really to combine the Italian traditions with the American palate. So we go with like a cookies and cream, or a regular dairy chocolate, or a mint chocolate chip. And then we have the special freezer that is a rotating menu of award-winning flavors of the champion chefs from the festival. So this is something that is not always available. Every time there is a new champion from a different festival we run around the world, it will come here for a limited edition time and can be showcased and tasted at the store.
Tell me something more about Gelato Festival, resident chef, guest chef, because you guys are hosting tours of gelato.
Yeah.
How does it work?
Yeah, it's the global culinary competition for gelato chefs. Think about Gianmario, that in our network there are more than 1,000 chefs competing every single year worldwide. It's a 4-year program, so every 4 years we have a worldwide final where the top 36 representing all the countries, like the Olympic Games, compete for the title of World Master. So I'm many times I say that it's not only the largest culinary competition for gelato chefs, and probably in the food industry, I don't know how many competitions so big and so capillary there are, but at the same time, it's the largest frozen dessert market research in the world, because we have hundreds of thousands of customers involved in this tour around the world, and food experts, journalists. So the winning recipes and the chef that created are really the best of the best.
Are we tasting any of the winning recipes here, or who was last year?
Well, at the end of the day, the blood orange, we are using a little bit of a recipe of a great chef from Milano that is based in Valencia. We're just avoiding cardamom and mint, which are two of the ingredients that he put in the recipe, that we're not putting it because we wanted to make it simpler for people at home, you know?
Sure.
But yeah, there is a base of that recipe in what we did this morning.
Excellent. Well, speaking of the making of the sorbetto gelato here, what will be the timing to make the product, the final product here and at home? Because probably they're using a, like I said, a house version of your machine.
Yeah, so the mix is very easy, very quick. It just, you need the simple and few ingredients to mix well.
How many minutes?
I would say a couple of minutes, it's fine.
Okay.
And then, of course, the batch freezer is the big challenge.
Right.
Because what we have here, again, it's something that you can have at home. It's a $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 machine, but I don't think that everybody have it. So it's still a professional machine.
Never underestimate a food in Los Angeles.
Never underestimate. That's right.
Both machines are Italian, made in Italy, the design and
Carpigiani is made in Italy 100%. So if you have this machine, it will say when it's ready, and it's normally a 5 minutes, 4 minutes. With another kind of machine that is normally for the general public, you will probably need half an hour to do the same thing.
Still doable to wait.
Yeah, still doable.
Excellent. And now we're here for the final step before actually we see our sorbetto gelato, and we have our products mixed together, right? So what's next?
Here we go. We pour it.
Let me be your assistant here.
What a great assistant. And we go to our machine, freeze and go.
So technically, what are we doing now?
Now we are just turning on the batch freezer. Nothing else. We put the security here. Here we go. And do you want to press the button?
Yes. Ready? Steady? Sorbet. How long are we going to wait now?
5 minutes.
About 5 minutes. Machine is done.
1, 2, gelato sorbetto.
Fantastico. Okay, so I think this time I'm going to try the cup, right?
Okay, cool.
I like the texture. The color is fantastic. I mean, this is basically the 1, 2, 3, right? The toasted coffee, grounded coffee, and then shots and sorbetto. How good is simple life with simple things? That's it. Perfect.
Here you go.
Will you garnish with some coffee beans on top or something?
I will do this for you.
Because we eat with our eyes first.
Just for you, Master.
Just for me, just for me. I'm gonna put the smile on these beautiful eyes, okay? And your cup.
I will do this.
You do the big one.
I go with the cone. Yeah, let's do the small one. I have to try so much gelato.
Seriously, the sorbetto is surprising because the consistency is almost the consistency of a gelato. That's why I like we're making this gelato sorbetto. Cheers!
Cheers, Gianmario.
To this wonderful class together. Thank you, True Italian Taste. Thank you for this hard job, you know, you gave us to do.
Come to visit us.
This might be my favorite, actually. So, where are we located? Let's remind, actually, well, thank you to the Chamber of Commerce West for the production. Thank you also to True Italian Taste and the occasion of promoting the Italian culture, DOP IGP products, quality ingredients, through our masterclass of gelato and sorbetto. And where can people come and join you?
We are located at 8906 Melrose Avenue, West Hollywood. And please visit our website, gelatofestival.store, for any kind of information or pick up, contactless, or delivery.
Fantastic. It smells like coffee too.
It's true.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Sorry.